Hey guys, welcome back to Hayden Newberry Fishing. Thanks for tuning in. We are in the back of the camper again, and I want to remind you guys before I get started here, send in your tournament stories for them to be used on story time. If you guys haven't watched that first episode I put out of it, I'm going to start telling some stories, giving some opinions about some things, and I'm going to have you guys send in some stories too, so it won't just be stories from my experiences in tournaments. It'll be something that you guys send in. If I use your story, then I'll send you a free bait. It'll either be like crankbait, jig, something like that. For the first one, it's going to be the V&M swim jig that I used on Rayburn. Not the swim jig, but the swim jig. And then we'll kind of go on from there. We might just kind of give out a bait as the season goes on. And I might give out more than that with it, just depending on what I'm feeling. But anyway, send them in to h.newberryfishing@gmail.com and leave your name, a way I can contact you, or I'll just answer back to that email if I use your fishing story. And yeah, hopefully it'll be fun. But anyway, subscribe to the channel also so you can actually see those episodes when they come out. Tonight, we are going to be talking about fantasy fishing for the Bassmaster Elite Series. I haven't ever done this before. I just kind of signed into it, made an account, and I figured that I've got enough information going into I guess watching Bassmaster, going to some of these places, and I think that this will be fun. So I'm signed into the Lake Okeechobee, and I'm going to go through, I guess, my picks here of what I'm going to go for when it comes to my fantasy fishing team. I kind of did a quick read through of the rules here, just glanced through all this stuff. So I guess it's pretty much you choose an angler from their groups, and then based on their performance, like obviously I believe you don't want to burn your good picks early. But anyway, Group A, my pick out of here, I was looking through, and it looks like a ton of people were picking John Cox. Probably a good decision. Actually, not probably. That's a good decision. But I'm not going to go with John Cox on my Group A like it looks like a ton of people did. And there's one the one that I think is crazy that everybody overlooked on this one, and I feel like I'm giving out, like I can't believe his percentage is so low. I almost don't want to give this one to you guys, but but I'm going to. So looks like a ton of people picked John Cox. Some of you guys don't know what you're talking about because you picked Brandon Palnick. Just so you know, Brandon Palnick sucks in Florida. Yeah, he does. He does terrible in Florida. Don't pick Brandon Palnick for the Okeechobee tournament. He's going to prove me wrong on this one somehow or another, but he loses in Florida. He has the worst record in Florida. So there was a name that wasn't John Cox's that popped out immediately on this list, and nobody is picking him. 4% of the picks were him. So there's a few guys out there that know this sleeper sitting in here that's going to kill this whole thing. So this might be a sight fishing tournament, sure. Big chance John Cox does well. I'm gonna save him because the first like half of the schedule are sight fishing tournaments, so I'm not burning Cox on this one because he's good for like 3 more tournaments. He's a good pick and plenty of other ones. But there is one right here. Brandon Lester is an absolute murderer in Florida. Like, look at his record. He is a straight just stone cold killer in Florida. So if you didn't pick Brandon Lester for this one, apparently nobody, I don't know, maybe nobody knows this. I learned it the hard way last year in the Open on the Kissimmee chain. I guess I'm bragging on everybody for not knowing this. I knew he was good in Florida. I just hadn't actually seen like the real record till that point when he whooped everybody there. And then it's like, oh yeah, he always gets a top 10 here. It's pretty much the story of the whole situation. So yeah, Brandon Lester is my pick for Group A, and I feel like that's a very good pick, even though it seems like nobody else seems to think that way. It's like he can't do bad in Florida, is how good his record is. Anyway, Group B. This one, there was, I think I actually, oh, that was weird. This is another one, I guess I'm going to pick this guy, but I don't know why. He's at 4.9%. I guess. What's the OWN? I think that's how many people are picking. That's why I'm basing all this off. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that. But it looks like Greg Hackney's got a really high percentage. I'm picking Buddy Gross in this one. I don't want to burn Hackney yet either. And I know Buddy Gross can be a killer on Okeechobee too. So I feel like that's not a bad pick at all for this one. So yeah, Buddy Gross is also a murderer in Florida. So I'm going to pick him for Group B. And let's see here. Group C, I'm going to burn him for sure. This is why I think the OWN number, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to have to look into more of this after the video so that I'm not going to waste you guys' time on that. But his is 70%, which out of this group, I would say that, what's OWN? Anyway, owned percentage. Okay, yeah, so that's right. That's the amount of people that picked him, I believe. So I'm picking Scott Martin because, yeah, obviously everybody knows why. So Scott Martin, obviously, for Group C. And let's see here. So this one was a weird. There's this Group D's got Justin Atkins, Todd Otten, Keith Combs, John Cruz. John Cruz, he's good in Florida sometimes. He's kind of another one that I think I'm going to save. Looks like some people picked Cliff Prince. I'm actually going with Kobe Crager. That's going to be my... I'm going to go with Kobe Crager. He's from Alva. He's from the area. And we're going to see what happens. Because, yeah. This is definitely one getting into the, like, a group that there's not as many, like, just stone cold killer picks. But Kobe Crager is going to be my ace in the hole here. And, or not. And then, let's see, I already glanced through these groups, obviously, before this video. And then Group E is pretty much, from what I can tell, where it gets really kind of, you just are gambling a little bit on these people. Iaconelli got a lot of picks. I'm not choosing Iaconelli for Okeechobee. I actually, after looking through here, I'm going to go with Hank Cherry. He is pretty hit or miss, consistently hit or miss in Florida. He does have like a top something another, done decent in Florida or on Okeechobee before. But this one I don't want to like pick. This definitely isn't one where I'm wanting to pick like straight sight fishermen or anything, because the totally could swing the opposite direction and be an offshore bite where Buddy Gross just runs away with it or something. But yeah, I'm going with Hank Cherry, and actually it looks like quite a few other people went with Hank Cherry on this one, and rightly so. I see a lot of people went with Steve Kennedy. I think that's a terrible decision for Okeechobee, and just based on history. So yeah, those are my picks for the Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing. My first tournament that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do it all season. Looks like it actually, from what I was reading up a little bit on, it pays out kind of good. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope these picks helped you guys out and stuff. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.